Welcome back to my Let's Play for Pokemon Gold, my Mono Dark run. And yeah, I talked to Maka Mondays earlier, so I was able to get the Sharp Beak for Lenore, so at least we have a bit more enhanced attack power, you know, for Lenore with that. But in the long run, I'm still going to use some X attacks against Chuck. I did give Sneasel Strength since it can learn it, and decided to give Surf to Swirlpool, you know, because let's face it, if I'm going to have a Pokemon that can use Surf, I'm also have one that can also use Waterfall and Whirlpool as well, considering, you know, I need it for the long-term implications of this game. Sure, giving Surf to Sneasel, I guess, would give it a decent attack option against rock types. You also tend to have ground typing often enough for maybe able to get, you know, the 4 times boost for some serious damage, but it wasn't enough to convince me, you know, let's give that to Sneasel. Because its special attack stat's just too low to really make something like that work long-term. Outside of that, like, one context where, you know, it gets a 4 times weakness they can exploit. Which doesn't happen often enough to really justify it. You don't usually run into too many hikers you have to be afraid of in this generation, for whatever reason. Just a lot of them can be avoided. Unfortunately, I don't want to avoid this Tentacruel. Well, hope I can take it out in 2 or 3 pecks, I guess. And hope it doesn't do anything too serious back. Unfortunately, I used my spare time to pick up Swirlpool, so I didn't really get anything to drink in the meantime, so my throat's still feeling a bit irritated. Ugh. I guess I used a bit too many spices on my ramen noodles. Because I usually like to put, you know, spicy seasonings and stuff in it. But sometimes I go a bit overboard on the curry powder and stuff. I guess I'll peck this thing. I'm not expecting much out of the Manatee, to be honest. They're not usually that powerful. They're just rather rare to come across. I mean, I thought about grabbing one on a water run one time, but it's like, it doesn't have enough options working for it. It doesn't learn any flying moves till too much later, so it wouldn't be good even for an anti-grass Pokemon in that kind of run. It's a sad truth, I suppose. The one thing you'd think, you know, it could offer you, it doesn't really. I guess it's a sad truth about most water flying types. They're just really vulnerable to electric attacks, and they don't have any real flying moves to make up for it. Like, Gyarados can't even learn Aerial Ace, you know, in Gen 3, which just blows. I mean, I can give it to Paris, of all things, but, you know, I can't give Aerial Ace to Gyarados, a Pokemon that could actually make use out of it. It just boggles my mind, okay? Huh. I'm alright. I just need Pokemon medicine for the, Amphi. I don't know, I don't usually like doing doing episodes this short. But I also haven't tested myself against Chuck, either. I guess we can throw myself at him and hope for the best. Worst comes to worst, I guess this episode will never see the light of day since it'll get deleted out of existence. But yeah, we're gonna run against Chuck untested and hope for the best. Not exactly my best plan ever, but hey, might as well try it. Okay. I think getting past him won't be too difficult. Assuming he's the one with Hitmonchan. Because Hitmonchan is just garbage. It's like the worst fighting type out of all the fighting types. Oh, it's Hitmonlee? Well, I changed my mind then. This thing might actually be intimidating. Well, we'll have to hope I can peck it to death real fast. Its defenses usually aren't that great, but its counterattack's gonna be something fierce. Even with neutral damage, that still hurt a ton. I may end up clearing the way to Chuck, then stop there. That's a distinct possibility. Bit unusual, but, you know, usually it takes longer to get over here, too. I usually get caught by at least 1 or 2 trainers. Well, I guess we'll have to take on Lao now. Oh, it is Hitmonchan. Okay, that should be fairly easy. Might also wish I'd spent some of my money on, super potions and stuff. Well, assuming I don't get frozen, we should be able to counter. Yep, called it. Hitmonchan's special attack stats is just so weak, it's hard for it to really pull off counters at all. Ugh. I'm gonna wish I had more levels, though. Ugh. Shocking? How was it shocking? Ugh. Whatever. May have to use Sneasel to try and make my way to the gym leader, though. Try and throw a Screech out at a Mankey. Well, actually, Mankey probably won't be able to take the Peck attack anyway. Though this fight does make me wish I had access to, say, Wing Attack or something. Because at least it would hit harder. Damn you, Lenore, and your lack of attack options. You're really cramping my style. Our fists, eh? Well, I suppose I can try that. It's a Machop. Why wouldn't it be? Okay, might be able to just take this one out with a single peck. I'm hoping. Cross my fingers. Nope, still gonna get countered. Gosh darn it. Lenore's defenses really aren't that great, so taking a Karate Chop to the face definitely stings. And he's gonna be following it up with a Machoke after all, so now I'm definitely gonna have to consider a switch. Yeah, changing out. We're gonna try and Screech at it, since I know this thing knows Rock Throw, so I'm definitely not gonna take a chance on it taking out Lenore early on. And good, the Screech worked. If it missed, I'd be really annoyed. And Farago's just gonna go down hard. No getting around it. Okay, try and get an Ember going on here. I'm hoping I can burn it to lower its attack power. I know, not the most helpful of moves, but yeah, I figured it'd be worth a shot. Well, nothing else. Hopefully it's lost enough health Lenore can pull off a one-shot kill. With what's left, anyway. If not, we are so boned. Worked. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wanna prep myself for Chuck. He may end up pinging an episode basically by himself. Well, and then we would just return to the lighthouse to return the medicine. So, might be a shorter episode than usual for the fighting gym. Because we're doing most of the work early. Of course, my only real strategy here is going to be to power up Lenore by surfing back and forth alongside here. Because, you know, I can run into Tentacruels and get some big experience boosts, and Lenore levels up quickly, so I can try and check up my stats enough, hopefully. Some makes me wish I had a utility move like Sleep right now. Since I don't, I'm kind of dependent on, hoping I can survive an attack from Primeape of all things. I'll try and sup on him, I guess. Ugh. Oh, let's do it. I don't think Mankey's gonna be an issue. Mankey's defenses are not exactly anything to really write home about, so I imagine, you know, a good peck to the face is gonna drop it. Primeape will be more of a concern, though. Although, considering it's gonna come out last, I can afford to waste time, you know. Thinking about my next move. Well, I'm not expecting much here, so whatever. We're gonna hit level 30. Maybe it's good enough. Well, this doesn't take this out in one shot. There's no way I'm gonna use it against Chuck. Low kick, huh? An odd choice to use against me, I have to admit. Locug's damage is based on its the weight of the target, and let's face it, your average bird's usually not so heavy. That's gonna be very effective. But if I can take that thing in 2 shots, that means I have a chance to set up on Chuck, assuming I don't get hit by, you know, dynamic punch or whatever. If that happens, I'm probably gonna be screwed. But since I can take Primeape, I guess I can try taking him on. I may regret this decision. Grinding would have been nice, but sometimes, you know, you just have to go for it. It's sort of like taking on Cthulhu, you know? Just because he's there, you know, you have to try. Like, you're just like the greatest swordsman that ever lives. You see Cthulhu, like, I gotta stab this guy. He's meant to be unbeatable, but I just have to try it. Yeah. I don't care if they can crush stones and bones. At the moment, my plan is just to take you down. Okay. At least it doesn't have rock slide. Then I'd actually be afraid. Okay. Let's use an X attack. Oh, nice. I get what you're going for. Okay. Oh, going for Leer again, huh? Well, I've done enough setup work. Time for a peck. I think 2 X attacks will push me over the edge, and I can just drop this Primeape in 1 blow. And I did. Haha. Poliwrath, eh? Well, I think this Poliwrath's days are numbered. But we'll see, I guess. Ooh, it survived with a scruff with its teeth and follows up with a dynamic punch. Gosh darn it. Wasn't expecting that to score, darn it. But I do have a revive, so I have an attack option here. I can revive Lenore, send her right back in, and let her finish him off with another peck. Not enhanced, mind you, but I don't think I need the enhancement to finish off this Poliwrath. Assuming, you know, it actually hits me. I can try and go for a headbutt flint strategy here to maybe finish it off. Oh, it's gonna keep dynamic punching? Well, after that first Lucky Punch, I thought I might as well set up Lenore, but apparently, you know, it's just not having any more luck with them. But Dynamic Punch is not your best strategy of all time anyway, unless you got Mind Reader going for you. You gotta lock on, then throw the punch, okay? Otherwise, you know, it's 50-50 like being confused. Not a good place to be in, usually. Well, you made that seem easy, man. Jeez. Yeah, a team I'm not gonna even use. Seriously, it's just not good enough to be useful. Not without setup, and I don't like having to use a move that requires setup to work. We're definitely gonna speak to her, though. I need to get Fly. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'll be able to fly instantly to anywhere. It's not him that needs to train harder, it's his Pokemon that need to train harder. Oh yeah, I gotta first go into my pack. And give Fly to somebody. Now let's see, the only one we got is Lenore. Now let's see, what should we get rid of? Well, honestly, if I had to pick a move to get rid of, it'd be Haze. Being able to take away buffs and stuff is nice, but you know, not too many trainers in-game use that, so it's not usually a problem. Now to return with the medicine. I guess I could have rode my bike the few dozen feet over here. I just didn't think it was worth it. Sad part is you can't ride your bike inside the tower, you know? Because climbing your way up to the top is boring. And I better make sure I avoid that one guy on the next level, right? Because after taking down Chuck, I don't want to get stuck with a no-name trainer, basically, that no one cares about. Was there a point for that? Not really. Alright, took you out, so it don't matter either. Okay, Jasmine, I've returned with the medicine. Yeah. I don't understand why you have such a good relationship with Amphi anyway. Is it because you have Magnemites? Is Amphi in love with them? Despite the fact Magnemite doesn't even have a gender? Then again, that didn't stop Magnemite from falling in love with Ash's Pikachu. And yeah, I wasn't wearing the right hat again, but I didn't think I was going to be doing a gym battle this episode. So it was a spontaneous decision there. Well, that does it for this episode. Next time, we face off against Jasmine. Till then, see ya.